Hey YouTube, it is Barrett B Sports here, and I'm here with my first ever video on YouTube. So please don't put any hate in the comments. I'm just trying this out. So yeah, let's get straight to the video. Here's why the Dallas Cowboys should pay Dak Prescott. Okay, so why the Dallas Cowboys should pay Dak Prescott? Let's look at the QB market right now. The highest paid quarterback is Russell Wilson, who I think he's making like $34 or $35 million this year. And, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is below him. I think at like 34 million, 33 million, 33 point something, 13.5, I don't remember. Somewhere around that. And then Ben Roethlisberger comes in at like 33, 33.5. And then Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, who making 30 million. I think around that. I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but it's a lot of money that the guys like Ben Roethlisberger, they deserve the money that they're getting right now. Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, they're good quarterbacks, guys. They deserve that money. Don't put the hate on them for that. That's your fault. So, they're good quarterbacks. Russell Wilson is arguably a top 5 quarterback. In my opinion, he's one of the best quarterbacks. Of course, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback. He won an MVP already. That says a lot. If you win an MVP, that means you're a good leader, a good player, and a good person in general. People should understand that if you draft a quarterback in the first round, he sits behind a guy for a year, comes out of complete nowhere, blows the league up as a great leader and almost goes to the Super Bowl, but fails behind a surefire Hall of Famer in Tom Brady. That's a good season. That's a great season. A season no one should see coming from anyone ever. No matter how good they are. They don't deserve that kind of expectations. Even if it's a guy like, I don't know, Peyton Manning coming out of college. Like a guy with the first overall pick, Michael Vick. I mean, no one deserves that. No one. But, back to the point. So, back to the QB market. So, Carson Wentz is not a great quarterback. In my opinion, I do not like Carson Wentz in my opinion. I don't think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he deserves the money he's making. I think if he was making the money, complete other thought. If people made the money they deserved, Carson Wentz would make around 20 million to 25 million. I mean, I'm not saying he's a trash quarterback. He's not that bad. He's just not great. I'm really biased about him because I'm a Cowboys fan, obviously. But I'm not going to be biased in this video. I'm going to try not to be, at least. I might be a little bit. He's not worth the money that he's getting. I think that he deserves at least 20 million. Not 30 million plus. That's just insane. I get the receivers weren't great over there, especially in 2019, and he actually did okay. But guys, you need to look at his accuracy and stuff in the past years too. Even though he won an MVP in 2017, and sat behind a guy injured while they won the Super Bowl. I mean, he risked his whole career on that dive and tore his ACL. That's impressive to even put yourself on the line for that. That shows that you're willing to commit to a team. That's one of the reasons why they stuck to him, is that he stuck to them, so they made a relationship that way, and he actually fits in their scheme. That's why he got a ton of money, and I don't agree with it. I think He should have made 20 million, 25 million. But now let's get into Jared Goff. Jared Goff, he was not great in 2019. I think back in 2018, you could argue him making that kind of money. They just lost the Super Bowl. Todd Gurley kind of carried them a little bit. And he gets released surprisingly. Not even fair. The Rams are going to be trash next season. I don't know. They might be 7-9, 8-8. But I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue about the Rams. They're a mess. But Jared Goff is a system quarterback. He's not the type of guy you can just go out there and, like, put him in, like, the Miami Dolphins, say. No offense to them. But put him in, like, their kind of offensive line and expect him to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's not a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, and you actually expect him to be a good quarterback. I don't get it. I don't get why that people actually think that. Especially NFL owners. They might be high on a guy, but that's okay. You get high on people for in the NFL. That's just how the NFL works. But I spent this whole entire video talking about other quarterbacks. Probably like, talk about Dak now. Okay, I got to the two quarterbacks who aren't great. Those reasons, those two quarterbacks are worse than Dak. Dak is a good quarterback, guys. He threw for 4,900 yards this year. Almost his top three receivers had at least 800 yards. Amari Cooper had 1,000+ yards. Michael Gallup had 1,000 yards, and Randall Cobb had 800 something yards. That's insane to have that happen, especially when your running back has 1,000 yards. You don't just see that come out of nowhere. The Cowboys defense just had a down year. If the Cowboys defense was just better this year, like it was in 2018, they probably would have made the playoffs. That's just my opinion. Now they have Trevon Diggs on defense to help them do better. Bradley and Nye on defense. This is just there's defensive tackle help with Neville Gallimore. The third round, I think. The A plus draft. But I mean, Gerald McCoy. Whatever his name is. There's so many things I can't even keep up. Alden Smith, that's who it is. No offense, but I mean, you're gonna be good. And we have a ton of people coming back this year. And we drafted Tyler Biadasz, who might, I'm not saying he will, but he might be somewhat close to Travis Frederick. They both came out of Wisconsin. They kind of look similar a little bit. I mean, their faces look similar, not hair and stuff. But that's just me. It might just be me. I don't know. But, So, if they just stepped up, they would have made the playoffs. But back to the point. Dak had 4,900 yards. That was second most in the league behind Jameis Winston. Who, if you just looked at passing yards, you'd be like, wow, how did he not win MVP? Till you look at the interceptions. That's a lot. If Jameis Winston, didn't throw a ton of interceptions, I don't think he would have even had 4,900 yards like Dak. Dak would have led the league in passing yards, in my opinion, if Jameis Winston threw half the interceptions he did. So, and plus Dak is really mobile. If you have a mobile quarterback like Dak, and a guy who can throw the ball with arm strength, then you have a good quarterback. That's a future quarterback. That's why Dak, that's one of the reasons why Dak is going to get paid. The Cowboys have completely screwed up this contract. If they did this a while back, maybe 2018, this happened, if it was possible. he would have gotten paid like $25 million, which I would have called a decent deal. If that happened now, everyone would be flipping out saying, like, how did the Cowboys pull it off? They're not going to pull it off. Dak's demanding like $34 million plus. Ben Roethlisberger's not mobile. You know? Jerry Jones might just think that that's the key to winning, is being mobile. You never know with these guys. But Dak has good arm strength. He's relatively accurate. And he's mobile. That's a good quarterback. And that's better than Carson Wentz and Jared Goff, so he needs at least $32 million. And whenever guys like Patrick Mahomes sign deals, and if they are a relatively cheap deal, somewhat close to Russell Wilson, then that might lower the price a little bit. But if it goes the way everyone thinks it's going to go, and Patrick Mahomes gets $40 million plus, Dak's going to want more money. He's going to want to be $36 million. And right now in the league, the young quarterback resets the market. So face it, guys. Dak's not going to be cheap. No young quarterback is going to be cheap in the NFL. Especially guys like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Deshaun Watson. And my guess, Lamar Jackson's going to make like $30 million plus. Probably $35 million. Just because of his legs. Deshaun Watson's going to make $35 million. At least. Because he's a good, accurate passer. And he's actually mobile. He's basically what I say Dak is, except better than Dak at those things. He freaking threw... he threw a pass with a black eye. That's pretty good, in my opinion. He breaks a ton of sacks, too, so that's also a plus. So, and Patrick Mahomes is going to make $40+ million. Just accept it, guys. And guys like Baker Mayfield, I don't know. If Baker Mayfield has a year like he did in 2018, he's going to make $30 million. At least. Maybe $28 million, because Kirk Cousins got paid that. And I'm not sure about Baker right now. But guys like Sam Darnold probably will make $28 million. They never stepped up the way they needed to. Josh Rosen probably won't even get a next contract. Honestly. Unless a team like this Steelers want to give him a chance to be their next guy, like franchise quarterback, to develop behind Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know. But Dak's going to make like $34 million, guys. That's the reality now. Young quarterback's going to reset the market. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy hopefully you guys enjoy the video. This is my first ever time uploading on this channel. So, really hope you guys like it, enjoyed it. I had fun making it. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video I have planned for soon. See ya.